Hey everybody, welcome back to BK's Bullets. Today we're talking about the DC animated short Constantine in the House of Mystery. Hey everybody, welcome back to BK's Bullets. As always, I'm your host, Brent, and today we're talking about the new DC animated short collection but it's called DC Animated Constantine House of Mystery. So if you see Constantine House of Mystery, this is what we're talking about. So what this is every once in a while DC decides that they're going to do some of these little showcase shorts, and they'll put them on the end of the last couple of animated movies. So we've had a couple last go around, and then usually they like to collect them and put them out physically or by themselves kind of thing, and they'll add in another one, like a longer feature. So this time it is the Constantine House of Mystery feature. It's about 20 minutes long. I wouldn't call it, not feature, but short. It's about an episode of like a cartoon or something like that, right? It's 25 minutes long. They did this before with this Superman, Shazam, Black Adam short years and years ago. Can't remember if there's a third one or not, but this has that as the main feature, the Constantine one in the House of Mystery, followed by Commandy, one with the Losers, and then Blue Beetle. So I'm mostly going to talk about the Constantine one, but I did like the other ones as well. I know I have seen like them on the special features of all the other animated movies that I've watched, because I typically buy them digitally now that I'm like, don't really need the discs or anything. But I haven't really watched these shorts in a while, so it was cool to actually like sit down and watch them, and some of them were pretty good. So the Constantine one features Matt Ryan from Legends of Tomorrow coming back as Constantine. I gotta say, as much as I am not a huge fan of the Constantine character, I do really like watching Matt Ryan do Constantine on Legends of Tomorrow, but I really like him doing it here in the animated world. Like ever since they brought him over on the Justice League Dark animated feature, and then Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, or whatever, Apocalypse, something like that, the second one, he's done a phenomenal job voicing this version of Constantine, who is more serious and just like more, there's a lot more there in terms of like the character, because the Legends of Tomorrow version was kind of like goofy and silly. Even though I did watch the Constantine like solo series he had, I think it ran for like 12 or 13 episodes before they brought him over onto Legends. So Legends is such like a goofy fun show that Constantine character is not really kind of himself all the time. That take is a lot more fun and goofy, whereas the animated short here today is like an R-rated short. Constantine was also, they also did, what was that, Hell and Back or something like that? There was another more recent Constantine short that also had Matt Ryan. That wasn't a short, it was a full-length movie, but it also had Matt Ryan. I did a review of it here on the channel, so I'll link it at the end after we close the show. But I really do like him in this role. Like, if they're going to do, even though Legends of Tomorrow is done, if they're going to do more Constantine in animated film, if they want to do Matt Ryan and bring him back every single time, if he wants to be the Kevin Conroy of Constantine, you know what I mean? Like, just bringing him back every single time as much as you can, I am totally fine with that. He is a great, great actor, voice actor, Constantine. Like, I think maybe it's the familiarity of it too, having watched him for so many seasons on Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow and that kind of stuff, that it's just like, feels at home. And to see him do like a real take on Constantine with, saying the curse words and bollocks and all this other stuff more than what he's allowed to do on Legends of Tomorrow, really does make it like, this is a great take on the character, like really satisfying. The short in and of itself isn't much to write home about, other than like you're watching Matt Ryan do Constantine in an R-rated version. There's blood, there's guts, there's gore, there's demons. This is definitely like an R-rated short, so that's probably why it carries an R-rated rating. You got Zatanna on top of Constantine trying to make a baby in one of these like waking nightmares in the House of Mystery. But the cool thing about it was like they took the ending of Justice League Apocalypse, where they were like, oh man, we lost, and they went and rebooted the universe, and it kind of picks up from there because Constantine and Flash kind of did something at the end of that film, and it was cool that they took that ending, but they used a different animation style. And even with the differing animation styles, whenever there was like that fine line between then versus now, they used the old animation style from that film. And then in the short, with the future, the new adventure, that kind of stuff had the new animation style. So there were new scenes in the flashbacks that had the old style, and then everything else was the new style. So I thought that was kind of cool. That it was like, all right, we're going to have a new take on Constantine. We're going to change him up. We're going to make it look a little bit more scruffier in this new kind of DC style that we're going with here in the animated stuff. But at the same time, we're not going to not ignore. We're going to use what was there before as a jumping point, and then we're not going to make people feel weird about it by using the new style. We're going to use the old one. You know what I mean? So that was really cool, little take. So it's kind of a little button on the old DC animated universe that was connected and stuff until we got this new one, which looks to be more connected. I mean, there was a preview for the new Green Lantern animated film featuring Jon Stewart, which I'm excited about because Jon Stewart's getting the spotlight back again. He's fantastic. Looks like they got Hawkman and Green Arrow in there, or Hawkwoman and Green Arrow in there as well. But it looks to be in the new Martian Manhunter. It has the same design from the Superman, Man of Steel, not Man of Steel, Man of Tomorrow animated film with the thicker black lines. So it looks like we're moving in a new animated universe that's lightly connected, seems like. So I'm fine with that. That looks really cool. But this short collection is cool. I did enjoy it. So I would say if you're interested in Constantine, this is definitely worth checking out. The 20-minute short is fun. If you like Matt Ryan, if you like that take on Constantine, I think it's worth checking out. The other shorts that come after, like this whole thing, if you look online, it says it's an hour and 16 minutes. It's not that long. Constantine's only about 25 minutes or so. And then you have the other 3 shorts after that. The second longest short is the Commandy one, The Last Boy on Earth from Jack Kirby from the 70s comics and stuff. That's fun. It's basically Commandy going on an adventure and finding this tribe that worships Superman, and they call him the Mighty One. And you don't know that it's Superman until the very end, but there's some hints in the banners and stuff. I caught on pretty quickly. And the trials is like, wait, this makes sense. Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, leap tall buildings in a single bound, that kind of stuff. That was fun. I did enjoy that one. The Losers, I didn't really enjoy. I've never been a big fan of that concept, I guess. Losers and Challengers of the Unknown, if you're doing it as they do them typically in these shorts where it's like the 50s comics versions or where they take place in the 40s, the 1940s. 40s could be 20 years from now. That's crazy. I'm not attached to those versions of the characters, so I wasn't really interested in that. The last short on here was the Blue Beetle short. So it's Blue Beetle Ted Cord. And boy, was that a whole lot of fun. That was they basically took it and animated it in the style of like the old 60s Star Trek cartoons or the old 60s Super Friends cartoons or 70s, Scooby-Doo and Super Friends, that kind of stuff, where you're seeing like, really shortcut animation. Everything else up until then has been really detailed and really like lots of movement, lots of frames, where this one is clear, like they're going to draw a hand punching somebody and they're going to draw it on the impact, and then for the reverse, they're just going to, like the frames before it, they're just going to slide it to the left. You have characters sliding in on screen as if they're flying kind of thing. It's just static. There's no motion to it at all. There's a lot of times where the characters are just like, moving and only their mouth is moving and that kind of stuff. And they know they're doing it on purpose, so everything is written in this weird kind of late 60s, early 70s cartoon vibe where the music is loud. It's like a retro cartoon. It's more like The Brave and the Bold than Batman the Animated Series. You know what I mean? So it's got that feel of Brave and the Bold and what that was like embracing, but instead of keeping the newer animation standards, they're using the older standards of cheap animations, as it were. But it's kind of a send-up of that style. So you have everybody saying these goofy sayings. You got the Question in there. You got Captain Atom and Nightshade. and they're all kind of like, they reference that they're basically like the Charlton versions. They reference the Charlton comics and point to them because they've got their old outfits before DC acquired them as characters. That's a whole lot of fun. I think the other detail I really did like was there's some versions where, like some shots where they forgot to paint the large black outline on Ted Kord's chest on purpose, because you would always see like things on the old Batman Super Friends cartoons where he would be like missing the yellow oval on his bat symbol, or like just something was off. And there's definitely moments in here where I feel like they did that on purpose. They're like, let's make this feel like someone forgot, and so that viewers will be like, like that Leonardo DiCaprio meme, stuff like that. So I really did have a lot of fun with that one. So if you like the old Super Friends cartoons, if you like John Constantine, I'd say this is a collection worth checking out, whether you rent it, buy it, whatever. I think I bought it for $15, so it's not that much expensive. They're not charging like $20 on iTunes or anything anymore for this. I don't know if it's because it's a short collection. Maybe all the future animated movies are going to go down in price. That would be a nice change, but I don't know. We shall see. Again, it's only like an hour and 16 minutes long, and for 3 out of 4 great shorts, I think it's a fun time. So take my recommendation as it will if you're interested in those characters, and go and check it out. I think you'll have a lot of fun. The Constantine shorts are very good, especially if you like the old animated universe with Justice League Dark and that kind of stuff. It's a nice little button on the end of that. But if you like the Blue Beetle short, definitely check this out, unless you already have the other movie it was included on, which I don't remember. So there you have it. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know down below what you thought of this animated short collection, and we will see you guys next time in the Funny Pages.